And we're back with Lights Out. We just watched Albert Park literally 2 hours ago. This is our very fresh reactions. I'm here with Zara Khan and Anus Didik again.
Anus?
So let's just go straight into it, guys, because it's fresh in our minds. What did you think about Albert Park's new race? Did the new regulations affect it, make it better? Was it worse?
I mean, the last time we talked about the Albert Park being boring.
Yes.
So, was it boring, guys?
I told you guys, man. I told you guys it's a nice race. तुम लोग मानते ही नहीं थे.
I mean, it wasn't I mean, in comparison to the last two, it wasn't a banger because the last two races were incredible.
I mean, you had a street circuit, so obviously you can't beat a street circuit.
I mean, this is also a street circuit.
This is street
This is a
circuit.
street
This is a street circuit with gravel traps.
No, I love gravel traps. I was really happy to see gravel
This is not
traps.
a street circuit.
This is hybrid.
Yeah, it's a park, so they literally do anything they want.
Yeah.
But I think it was a bit better than previous years, most definitely.
Yeah, like-
because previous years has been like horrid. Like they've been really boring start to the races.
Yeah.
Start to the seasons, more importantly. So I think this is a nice way. But we didn't see a battle for P1 because almighty Leclerc was way ahead, and then of course Red Bull had their returning with the same shirt again. Guys,
Next time I'm gonna wear
Mazik
that one.
Mazik about you wore the same shirt that when Leclerc won his first race. And then you wore
No,
another.
that was a different one.
That was a different one?
That was a different one.
Fucking
So now we have two winning shirts.
Okay.
we'll hopefully get
He has
a-
two shirts and both of them
You
are
already
one
know
with
what I'm
Leclerc.
predicting at the end of this podcast.
But I think qualifying was really good. I think that was really exciting. We
Yeah.
saw a good battle because I didn't expect Leclerc to be so far ahead. I wasn't expecting Leclerc to win, get pole position because Perez was consistently up there.
Perez was there. Alonso
Q1,
was there.
Q2. Alonso was there as well, which obviously ended in tears for me.
Alonso, yaar. क्या मसला है?
You're telling me.
Sad. So sad.
It's
I was looking at the timings. I was like, oh no, purple. Charles. Then I was like, it's fine. It's Alonso. And then all of a sudden he's just in the
hydraulics
wall.
issue.
Yeah.
And
right at the end. Like you couldn't gear shift down.
I want to talk about a lot of cars couldn't turn at a lot of corners this
Yeah.
time. Even Verstappen had issues, Mercedes had issues, McLaren had issues. Like when you see when they go under braking, they just can't move the car to
Even
the right.
in free
Yeah.
practice, there were a lot of issues. Both the Ferraris went off.
Yeah.
Both the Aston Martins went off.
Yeah, Aston
in
Martin
the
went off
same-
quite a lot.
Yeah. A lot of damage. So I think Aston Martin has taken the most damage and the most cost.
They've become I think the worst team on the grid in a way.
Arguably,
Yeah,
yes.
shambolic. I really hope that the rumors are true and they have another car in the wind tunnel. Apparently, Aston Martin have a completely different car in the wind tunnel that they're developing.
I
And
was
then
not aware
They
of
need to. They
Yeah.
need to because if they need to
And
salvage this.
these are rumors. I don't know if they're true, but if it's true, I think they really need it.
Yeah, and I'm
Because
pretty
for
sure
a team with so much potential and so much, they're doing worse than Force India used to do. So
Force
now
India
they
was
have.
good at some points, by the way.
Yeah,
Force
it
India
was
was the
good.
best
Good,
team
yeah.
to work under a small budget,
Yeah.
and Aston Martin have really.
No, Force India at one point was the best out of the rest.
Yeah,
it
it
was-
was
they
the
were
best
like P4.
midfield team
Yep.
that you had.
This was Ocon Paris
Yep,
time,
yep.
and it was Racing Point where Paris was P3 in the championship.
The-
like
Pink Mercedes.
yeah, in the pink Mercedes, exactly. So I mean, Daddy Stroll definitely can afford to get another car for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it works this time, because I feel like they lost Otmar Safnauer to Alpine.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot of
Big
racing.
blow.
Yeah, they lost a lot of Racing Point engineers to a bunch of other teams.
Yeah.
So there seems to be a kind of like
Even though they
dismantling
have
of
a
it.
very aggressive recruiting policy right now, they're getting people from Mercedes and
Yeah.
Red Bull also, but they have lost people as well.
Yeah, they
I
have-
think the management structure is why they're losing people. Because of Daddy Stroll being in power, and it's not a great place to work anymore, because he demands results very, very, very quickly.
Have you seen the Netflix episode in season 3 where they show him coming into the factory and he's all like Bond villain type? Like, it was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Did you
yeah,
see
yeah.
the car reveal this year?
no, I didn't
What?
actually watch it.
It was the funniest thing. Or basically, oh shit. Sorry on the mic.
It's okay.
I don't mean to ruin your show. जब car reveal हुआ था ना, तो बस Daddy Stroll was standing there with was
some-
Otmar still at the team?
No, he had left.
He had left.
Yeah, just
With some other people.
Mike Crack
from the
probably.
team.
That's
Mike Crack, yeah.
it's a very funny name, by the way.
Mike Crack.
Mike Crack.
and he's just reading out from like this
Teleprompter?
board, this teleprompter, and it was the funniest thing. You should just go on YouTube that speech. It's so
I'm
funny.
definitely gonna watch that. But yeah,
You guys
I mean,
should as well.
Aston Martin's in complete shambles. Like I don't know what's going on with them. The car doesn't turn. Like
Literally, it doesn't turn.
It doesn't turn at all. But in qualifying, they had a bad rap as well. Stroll had that weird collision with Latifi.
by the way, like, what's your take on that? Like, what happened there?
Okay, so Stroll did get a penalty.
Yeah.
He got that, and I think fine because he did turn into him. That's great. But I will say Latifi did let him go, and then was like, actually, वापस आ. मैं आगे जाना है.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Horn is just
It's
traffic.
weird, and these drivers, they always do this weird shit in qualifying where they're trying to let someone go and then they come back and फिर वो qualifying खत्म हो जाती है because no one makes it in time for the checkered flag.
I mean, Vettel
A
had a
Monza.
lap. Great work by the engineers, by the way.
Yeah.
They got that car ready. They had to
Yeah.
get that car fixed 3 times this week. First, engine issue. Then the engine issue didn't get fixed in FP2. He didn't actually participate in FP2. Then FP3 he had a crash.
He had a total of 26 laps of free practice
Damn.
out of 3 sessions
And how
and
many-
qualifying combined.
And I think race
Before
में भी
the
इसके
race.
कोई 26 ही थे.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got.
Then he pinned it.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a weird crash. He just
turn
lost it on the
4,
exit.
Just like
He lost in the exit of turn 5. He went over the apex and it just spun.
Yeah.
classic Seb not being able to trust the car.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about the team. I just hope they get it back. It's a beautiful car. I always say
Best
this.
looking car.
Best looking car, easily.
Ferrari, Aston Martin, the 2 most beautiful cars on the grid, but
Gorgeous car.
2 opposite ends of the spectrum also.
Yeah, one's at the back, one's at the front. But qualifying was exciting. We saw that happen. Then I want to say that I haven't been a Ferrari fan for a long time. I think I might be coming back because Leclerc is our future world champion. I don't want to jinx it, but like it
Welcome
seems
back, brother.
I have
Umer,
been.
Though McLaren was good as well.
Yeah, because McLaren's my favorite team. So
Yeah,
they're good,
so-
but they're not championship level.
Yeah, but there was a good recovery. I mean, compared to last 2 races. I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely. I was excited to see Lando and Ricardo going at it.
Yeah.
They're behind each other the entire time,
Yeah.
which is something that was common throughout the entire race.
Yeah.
Like no one was overtaking each other; they were just,
Just
behind
stuck,
each other.
stuck. So they had more DRS zones.
And then they took it out.
Than this time.
They're like too
than the
fast.
last one. Yeah, so they had 4 initially, and
Yeah.
then for safety reasons they took out the one after turn 9.
Yeah, the
And,
curve straight.
Yeah. And after that, there were 3, but itni zyada overtaking फिर भी नहीं नजर आई.
No,
It was really hard for them to just. Maybe the DRS zones aren't long enough apart from the pit straight. You saw a lot of overtakes on the pit straight, and then the one
Afterwards,
At turn
yeah,
3,
that,
yes.
that made the most
Yeah.
sense.
Turn 3 is also like 5 meters wider as
Yeah.
well, so there's a little more space for
Yeah.
people to go in. Despite that, Stroll did still find a way to push Bottas off
and got a penalty for it.
and got a penalty.
And then did it again and was told
No,
by his team
he didn't
to
get a
not do
penalty
it.
for that. He got a penalty for weaving on the straight.
Yeah, he got
Oh,
the
yeah,
big-
yeah,
big-
He didn't
big
actually
one.
get the
yeah,
Bottas one, which I think he deserved
They
as well.
looked into it.
Yeah, they're looking into it. But it was weird, the RS train going into an entire race because they had that part where Alonso's like, oh, he's going to go through the field now.
Yeah. On the medium
No,
tires.
he's not actually going to do
Alonso
that.
got screwed by the safety car also.
Yeah, and
He
so
was having a good race until then.
yeah, he's going
So
phenomenally well.
His stint on the hard tires was really good.
Mhm.
I think 30 laps into his hard tire stint, he was faster.
He was
Then-
he was making a
then
move on
than the
Paris.
cars. Yeah.
He was making a move on Paris. They're like, what the hell's going on, guys?
So,
So Alonso was masterclass. Like
Yeah.
it showed me like why I'm a fan of his. Like
Yep.
just complete qualifying was great. He got sector 2 was purple, still the fastest sector 2 that day. And then the race he was really fast. And then after safety car he got screwed over. He got stuck in a DRS train, and then he ended up let me get fastest lap. You can't get points for it, but
Yeah.
fit
Let me just get
no,
it.
so he had lost his front left
yeah. Completely.
after the first 10 laps.
He went on the grass as well. I think that's what kind of ruined
Yeah,
it as well for him.
but I think he pushed too hard at the start when he came out with the mediums, and then this was a thing that was happening throughout the race with a lot of the drivers, that the front left was graining a lot.
Verstappen also complained about
Yeah.
it. He also
And
locked
Yeah,
up.
Yep.
these guys were also struggling with tires.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
especially on the medium tires.
Yeah.
And Alonso was on the medium tire at that point. So I saw a slow-mo during that DRS train of Alonso's tire, and it was just like half and half. So half of it's like a little shiny, and then the rest is just completely grain.
Like
So
triple-
that's why he had to. It wasn't just because he had to go for a fastest lap or anything. It was literally because he couldn't drive, because he was overtaken by Zhou and then Magnussen also.
Yeah, so I wasn't aware of that. I was just like, fine, it's over.
I mean,
I thought something was gonna
and then
happen.
you
No,
had-
he lost pace. He was lapping like 2 seconds a lap slower,
which is really weird
because
he
Zhou
was-
and Magnussen were a few seconds behind him, and then they caught up and both overtook him on the same DRS.
and they're older tires as well. They didn't stop.
And
Yep.
then you had Alex Albon.
I wanted to talk about Albon because I wanted to quote him because he was talking afterwards. I was watching the post show. He was talking about how he said we need new tires. No one knows what's going on with these tires because you go somewhere in the alley. And I also want to eat my words because last time I said I'm not sure why people rate him. My driver of the day is definitely Alex Albon because
Great
he
drive.
did 57 laps on one set of tires. Incredible,
Brilliant stint.
Yeah.
In a Williams, first of
No
all.
less.
That car isn't fast, so he drove the socks off of those tires and that car.
Maybe it's decent and Latifi just sucks. It's just the ABS.
I second
Latifi
that.
does suck.
Because Latifi was nowhere to be seen. There's only one other driver who got less screen time than Charles, which was Latifi, because I forgot he was in the
Yeah.
race. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
just
by
in
the end, I was like, oh, kya standings hain, kaun out hai? And then I was like, oh, good one.
yeah,
Tum bhi ho.
yeah. Latifi finished 16th ahead of Alonso, which isn't saying much because he stopped at the very end. But Albon, man, 57 laps, and he was consistently there. No one could overtake him. At one point, he was behind Ricardo and the McLaren.
Yeah.
Like that was incredible.
Ocon couldn't overtake him
Ocon
the
couldn't
entire
overtake him.
time. Although Ocon had some heating issues
Yes.
with his car, so his team told him to go outside of a slipstream from time to time to cool down his car. But he was still doing personal bests after 45 laps.
Exactly. That is no small feat.
Yep.
Yeah.
We usually talk about Perez being the tire whisperer and Lewis, but this
Yeah.
time you got to give it to Albon because
Alex
incredible
Albon.
race.
Incredible drive.
And best of all, he got a point for Williams already. Williams has a point
I didn't think Williams was gonna get a point
this year.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
I know. I thought Williams
Based on
could.
the first two races.
I thought Williams could. I think there was still a chance because some races might work in their manner, but I knew Aston Martin wasn't getting any.
Yeah,
Aston
Aston
though.
would.
Aston's definitely in the rut.
Stroll could have gotten a point maybe if he
If he
didn't get
didn't.
a penalty.
He didn't
Uh,
crash in qualifying.
yeah.
He didn't.
and FP3.
Yeah, there's a lot of things Stroll could have done, which could have bettered him. But let's talk about Leclerc. We've completely missed that part because
Just like in the race.
yeah,
missed it.
because we
I mean-
forgot because there's not much to say about him. It was his
Masterclass.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Today. So I was wrong in the first race. There wasn't a Grand Slam in the first race.
Yes.
Today it was a Grand Slam by Charles Leclerc. Fastest lap, pole position, led every race, led every lap, race win. Bam!
Yeah.
Ferrari is back.
Leclerc.
And I'm hopefully a Ferrari fan as well. I'm gonna keep my trepidations because
Also, did you see the purposing
yes,
on
Yeah.
the Ferrari today?
dude,
Insane.
on the restart, you saw Ferrari just going. It was just like,
I was just like,
I like to talk about Hamilton in qualifying. He looked like he was on a jackhammer going. Like it looked like he was
these
on a
guys
launch.
have like just realized that okay, like let it porpoise.
Ah.
We're still fast. Yeah,
yeah,
you just
but
handle it.
it's also down to their setup, Ferraris, because they're trying real hard to be racy.
Yeah.
उनकी race pace पे setup है गाड़ी.
So
Yeah,
they're
which is
keeping
the
the
clever thing to
downforce
do.
and they're like, okay,
Yeah,
on the straights we can let you porpoise, but
Heavy
like,
downforce.
yeah. So, but it's enough that Charles can like still manage it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Adverse
But
for him.
comparatively, when you look at the Red Bull, it doesn't purpose as
No,
closely as much.
the Red Bull
as
has
the
actually got
Ferrari.
no porpoising
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they had an interview with Red Bull afterward in the post race, and they said they actually cleared their porpoising almost
So
entirely.
they've found out.
They have found out how to fix it.
and they're fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel
Yeah.
like once Ferrari gets on top of the purposing issue, they could be a bit faster on the
फिर
straights.
क्या होएगा bro?
Because
8
right now
second
they
तो
lose. Right now they lose a lot on the straights.
yeah,
to
like
Red
10
Bull.
kph.
Yeah. So once you solve that issue, I think it's going to be a much a different.
I mean, if they solve
Championship.
that issue, like he was 8 seconds ahead. Even
Today was more down to tires. It wasn't down to speed.
Yeah,
Red
that's
Bull,
why
Red Bull
Albon
was the faster car. It's just that the car was not managing its tires as well as the Ferrari was.
I mean, Hamilton
Yeah,
overtook
true.
Perez on the first
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like he was P3 actually.
Yeah.
He looked for a podium.
His start
So-
was Hamilton's start.
That was very good. He
they
got
were losing again. They were losing the front lefts.
Yeah.
And it वो completely grain हो जाता है तो फिर
Yeah, Max was the first one to complain
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, straight on lap number 18.
Yeah.
Lap number
Yeah.
19, they pitted.
Yeah.
I'm glad the Ferrari is kind on its tires.
There's also Leclerc is very good at it because it's another driver who didn't do that well with the Ferrari.
If we're talking about Ferrari, then let's talk about the other Ferrari.
Wait, I don't know. There's another
Let's
driver who
talk
didn't do
about
very well
Ferrari's
with
number 2 driver.
Oh,
Officially.
no.
You
It's only 3
How?
races. Because he's got podiums just by chance every single time. He wasn't actually there for the fight.
No way Ferrari's gonna not make him number 2 driver now.
He already has
Are
the
you
yellow
insane?
T camera, so it's
Yeah.
okay. he's already the same.
Yellow तो ऐसे ही number 2.
उसको दे दिया like तू है bro फिकर ना कर.
Charles Leclerc on his own is leading the constructors championship.
Yeah. Need you say more? No. Because for right now Mercedes has 65 points and how many does Charles have? 71 points. So
like one man heavyweight now,
like
man.
with Carlos Ferrari has 104. So they're miles ahead of the competition already. And
Fast
it's
button on.
just shukar hai. That's a change of heart from the last time.
Just
But
please keep it on, man.
Yeah, Sainz had a really torrid weekend. Starting from qualifying. FP1,
Yeah.
he was the fastest, great. FP2, he was decent.
Free
FP3,
practice was great up until the safety car for Alonso's crash in qualifying. I think he was having a great session. And after that, it was there was something up with his car at the start.
Even on the
after.
start, his
Some of the-
start was very bad.
Some of the
I
buttons
think
Like,
he
but I
had,
felt
I
that
think
there's
he had
something wrong.
anti-stall or something. At
Yeah.
the start.
I watched the interview. He said some of the buttons weren't working, so
Yeah.
he couldn't actually fix
Yeah,
anything.
it
make
was
changes.
something up with at the race start and as well as
Pre-race start.
Pre-race start in qualifying maybe there was something up after the crash when they went out. There was something up with this car which made him.
Yeah, that happened in the
Wow,
pre-race start as well because they had to change the steering wheel. So before
Yeah.
the race started, they changed the
So
steering wheel
is
as
he
well.
just having hard luck, or is it actually?
Yeah, today and yesterday was just like bad luck for Sainz. He's not.
Yeah.
He'll be up there.
I
He'll
hope
be
so.
back.
I sincerely hope so. I don't want to see Leclerc just be running away with it. I don't like seeing
No.
just one.
Yeah,
driver be-
I
We
think
need
if
to
anything, he'll give Verstappen like a nice little push.
I don't know because I think Verstappen's in another league. He's with Leclerc up there with the top drivers right now.
Yeah.
I think he needs to give Perez a run because Perez is consistently there. He's not at Perez or he's not at Leclerc or Verstappen's level yet.
Yeah.
He did get pole in Saudi. He didn't win there, but that was under safety car in unlucky circumstances. But he's there, but Sainz is not there.
Sainz is not there.
But I feel
Not
like
there yet.
I feel like Perez is pushing his boundaries right now with this car.
He's a wily old fox.
Yeah.
He
can
But
do
I feel that he's found his groove with the car.
Perez will be up and down
Yeah.
if last season is something to go by.
But
But his
But I
down-
feel like once Sainz gets in a groove, he'll stay in like a consistent momentum.
I hope so. He doesn't. He shouldn't make mistakes like he did today.
Yeah,
with,
definitely.
At the turn where he went for the move and then he couldn't stop the car and he spun on the
Yeah.
grass and then he stopped in the gravel trap.
It was also down to the hard tires at the start.
Yeah, I mean that was a
he
bad.
didn't have the grip, obviously.
Yeah.
in the beginning.
We talked about having good
Alonso
strategy.
went down the pecking order also. So did Magnussen, I think,
Magnussen went down
and
a lot.
so did Sainz.
Sainz went down
and even on the after the pit stops, you could see that the cars weren't heating up the hard tires very well in the first 2 laps.
I mean, Stroll stopped twice in like a space of 2
That
laps. I was so confused
I've never seen this in my life.
because I looked away for 1 second. He was pit stopping and he started, and then I looked again and he stopped pit
Yeah.
stopping again. I was like, "Ye kya hua?"
I was like, are they showing a replay? Why are they showing a replay of Stroll
pit
just
stop.
making a pit stop? But then I was like, are those yellow mark tires?
Exactly. They're like,
Ye kya ho raha hai?
they're like, bad idea, go back. But also some pit stops were pretty fast. We got 2.4 pit stops, which is great to see.
2.4 pit stops.
Yeah, both by McLaren.
McLaren's.
So that's good to see back to back good pit stops. But yeah, Sainz wasn't that great,
But
unfortunately.
about the championship fight, I mean, obviously Max is there. I mean, the one who's competing with Leclerc.
He's got 25 points to his 71.
Yeah,
George
but
Russell is
the-
second
The
in the
problem
Yeah,
is-
George Russell is second in the championship.
Yeah, but the
standings.
problem is the reliability now for Red Bull. Like
Red
what's
Bull
happening
powertrains,
here,
what's happening?
Yeah.
Bro, 3 races.
2 DNFs. 3 DNFs.
Forget 2 DNFs. No, include AlphaTauri as well because they have the same engine.
Yeah.
So that's 5.
Yeah.
They had Pierre Gasly, they had a Yuki Tsunoda issue, they had 2 Verstappen issues and 1 Perez issue.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
5.
don't know what the problem was today. Which
Yeah.
part of the car?
Yeah,
It was
we're
apparently a sensor issue. A fire broke out after he got out of the car as well.
you could smell
But
fuel.
yeah, but they were saying that once it gets back to the factory on Tuesday, then only can they figure it out. What
Yeah.
the problem was.
But these guys need to get on top of this. If
Yeah,
these
that-
guys
Or
want to
dog.
sell-
I mean, aise bhi sahi hai.
Yes, I mean,
It's good.
It's good.
It's good if you're a Ferrari fan, but in terms of racing, I definitely want to see teams up there. And I think
Yeah, no, I
this-
feel really. I joke, but I feel
Yeah.
bad for Max.
Yeah, because I think he wasn't doing anything wrong. I actually saw his he was talking to Lawrence Barretto after the race, and he's like, "Oh," Lawrence was like, "Oh, you had a bad circumstances. You were on a good race," and he was like, "Can I be honest with you? I was having a shit race. I wasn't gonna have a good race because it's not up to par for him, right?
Yeah,
he was 8
exactly.
seconds off.
It was actually a shit race,
Race
being
win, yeah.
like 8 seconds off, 9 seconds.
Yeah, great.
off
You're
from-
P2, but
yeah,
you're 8 seconds
Yeah.
off,
Yeah,
and it's the second race of the season. You don't want to be in that
Third.
situation. Third, sorry, I forgot. But you don't want to be in that situation already, especially with your having reliability issues as well throughout the entire both teams.
Exactly. So
But we had a little fun
Fix the
battle between Hamilton versus Perez.
yeah. I was
we-
getting to.
Perez did a decent job, P2. Then he got a DRS. Hamilton got ahead of him right at the
yeah,
first-
P3
Yeah,
At
and
the end of the
Perez
first
P3,
stint,
yeah.
and then he went into the pits.
Yeah, and he overcut him as well,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
a great move. I mean, that means he's doing a great outlap,
Yeah.
and Perez wasn't fast enough. He got there, but the DRS proved way too powerful on turn 3. That's where we saw like
It was confusing sometimes. Like sometimes the DRS would be too powerful and people would just breeze by. But
Yeah.
I
But
feel
some
like a
teams
lot of
were-
the times it was just a DRS train.
yeah.
6 cars in a row.
I was gonna say, but most
2 Mercedes, 2 McLarens, and then Magnussen.
Oh.
was formation में चल रहे थे
Did
सारे.
Red Bull have the top speed? Like the
I actually don't know.
I didn't notice actually. This time.
yeah. If they did, then I think that's why Red Bull was so fast on the DRS, and that's why Perez could have done it.
Yeah,
Because-
that could have been it.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
because he had that top speed.
The-
right? And-
straight line speed तो
Yeah,
उनकी वैसे भी बहुत
cheating.
ज़्यादा थी.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
more than Ferrari, so they're definitely
Yeah.
probably the fastest
Yeah.
again there.
That's why-
But it was a cool battle. It was nice to see that Hamilton proving, like, even with the mediocre Mercedes, he can still go up there. Russell also being there, he got the podium.
podium.
In the end.
Mercedes podium,
Yeah,
man.
I should have predicted that. I was gonna say I'm not gonna predict that.
Two
George.
races we
George
did it,
Russell
and
in
like
my team.
Yeah, George Russell did a good job as well. Hamilton got screwed over by a safety car again, which seems to be his arch nemesis now. He's not versus any driver anymore. He's versus the safety car for the
Did
past.
you see how Crofty just tries to avoid the topic altogether?
No,
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi ka.
That's why Ted is my favorite pundit because he's
Oh,
like,
but-
"What about the other safety car, Crofty?" And he's like, "We're not going to talk about that." No, but you know that's actually the safety car. He
He's
doesn't
like, but you know everyone's thinking about
yeah,
it, right?
exactly.
And by the way, do you know that they've actually put a rule now that so like in Abu Dhabi, like
The
in
Verstappen
Max,
rule?
Yeah, Verstappen rule that he comes aside and
Yeah,
you and
this
They've
started
stopped
in
that,
in
yeah.
today's race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't do that
Because
anymore.
Max was doing this last time as well.
that you can't come alongside a car.
Yeah, he has to stay. His front wing has to be behind
Behind
the
the
person's
car.
rear.
So many
wheels.
rules have been changed in
Because-
F1 just because of Max Verstappen existing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The first day he tested an F1 car, they changed the rule.
Which one was that?
पेनल्टी पॉइंट्स कह रहा हूँ जो लाइसेंस पॉइंट्स होते हैं
Oh,
The
super license
structure-
to
the
get him
license
into the
points,
F1.
the,
Yeah.
the structure in place right now is because
Of
Max came
Verstappen.
in at 16 or 17
Yeah.
years of age.
You need a specific amount of points to be in there, and
It was easier to get those points before, and now it's harder. You have to. So now they made it harder in terms of you having to spend more years in the junior formulas now. So you can't go from F3 to F1 even if you're a champion because you don't have enough points.
that's what they did with. That's what happened with Stroll and Verstappen. They both skipped the
Yeah.
entire F2 season
Yep.
and just went
But
straight to
also Verstappen was much younger.
F1. Yeah, I think Stroll was 19. when he did
Verstappen
it.
didn't have a driving license when he
Yeah.
tested
He
his
was
F1 car.
16, bro. Obviously, he didn't have a license. So, I mean, Verstappen had a bad race. Let's get that out of the way. Perez are decent. Russell got that. It was very. He didn't do much, to be honest,
Yeah.
Russell.
He got
was just
lucky with
there.
the safety
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, he got very lucky with the safety
But then
car.
it was good. It was good management. His team told him to manage his tires and not fight Perez.
Also, the surprising thing, they told Hamilton not to fight him. They told him to hold off.
I didn't hear this on the radio.
So it was reported afterwards. that he
Okay.
was told not to fight them.
Because Hamilton came on the radio and said you're putting me in a really difficult position.
Yeah, because he's
okay.
yeah.
So
But-
because I was confused, did they tell him?
Yeah, it's been reported so far. If it's changed, we'll mention in the comments. But it's reported that they told him not to fight and stay off because of some cooling issues, and they didn't want these two cars to get in entanglement.
Man.
Yes. Yeah.
I was really looking forward to
I wanted to see because
Hamilton
we were messaging
'Cause
each other
this-
during the
yeah,
race,
yeah.
and they saying, "Oh, Hamilton's catching up," and then it just stayed at 1.8
and this is
the
one
entire
of
time
the battles that I really want to see this season.
because
The
Wheel to
I
wheel
I
racing
want to see
between them.
that passing of the guard.
well, if it happens, let's see.
It,
We
It will eventually.
I'm just saying I want to see it. I'm not saying it will happen.
but we'll
But
see.
I really like Russell, and I feel like he is definitely world champion material.
Yeah, no,
And
I agree with
this
that.
is the first hurdle that he needs to get past, and that is
To be one of the best
is
drivers
dominating
in the history
is-
of F1.
Yeah, dominating Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.
It will happen. Obviously,
No,
it
if
happens.
not this year, next year.
It happens with age. Ho
Yeah.
jayega at one point. But right now, I would say qualifying wise, Hamilton beat him this time.
Yeah.
We've seen the thing again, like just one guy does better. This time was equal. No, none of them had issues in terms of that one say like setup kharab tha, ye kharab tha. But again, they were P5 and P6.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was like P5 or P10
Yeah.
or any difference.
Yeah,
in
they're
that.
always together.
They're just really equal at the moment. It's very much like Fernando and Hamilton in 2007, where they're just
Yep.
neck on neck. Like you had a young driver.
What a memory you've unlocked.
Yeah.
Season.
Exactly. I mean, remember Kimi won? That's the last time Ferrari won, guys. It's been that
That's
long.
when
15.
Kimi, fun fact, Kimi won the first race of the season.
Yes, he did. That was
in
Australia as well.
Australia.
Yes.
And he won the last race and won the championship by 1 point.
Yep.
Which is one of the best
Because
radios
he
I've ever
had
heard.
like a gazillion podiums.
Exactly.
He didn't have many wins, but
No.
just like
He was
every
just
race,
there.
Podium.
And Massa also did his job at the end of the race as well. But Russell with the podium, Lewis safety car. I've talked about Aston Martin standing in the championships.
Also, 6 constructors in the top 10 again.
Yeah, that's what
Very
I'm gonna
good.
get to.
This is what we want to see in Formula One. I feel like it's a good fight. You don't know whether it's going to be a Haas, an Alfa Romeo.
You don't know who's leading the midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know that. That's the best part. about
McLaren
it.
have made a big step, so
Yeah.
I feel like if they can keep, I don't know if this was track specific or not.
That's what Lando was saying afterwards.
Yeah. I also
We're gonna
felt
see in
that it
Imola
was.
how their car works, but I feel like if this is an actual step that they've made towards their car being much better than it was in the first 2 races, then McLaren could easily top the midfield or give Mercedes a run for their money.
Yeah, in the beginning, I love that. Like,
if they keep
both
getting,
we're
yeah.
like together, like all four, like we're all
Yeah.
together with each other.
Yeah.
So
Same
this
engine.
could be an interesting battle brewing up because Mercedes, if you look at the first 2 races, they were pretty much in no man's land.
Yeah, they were like
They
not
weren't as good as the top 2
Yeah.
teams, but they weren't like
Midfield as
they were
well.
much faster than the midfield teams as well. But the midfield battle is really interesting because you never know. You had Alex Albon in the top 10 today.
Also, don't forget Alonso. He was super fast.
Yeah.
He could have been up there with Mercedes as well.
Yeah, I expected more from the Alpines today. I felt like Ocon could have been faster also, but again, the safety cars and the pit
It
stops
was a
really
bit of a
hampered
missed
them.
opportunity
Yeah.
for them, which always reminds me. I watched Piastri again in the post in the post race for show.
Really want to see him in F1.
I want to see him so because it's the second time we're not seeing an F2 champion in
Yep.
F1. Last time was Nick De Vries. At least
Yeah.
he's the FE champion now. But it's just so sad to see that. But Alpine did good. Bottas, I have to talk about him because he's kind of consistent right now.
He finally overtook Yuki Tsunoda, bro.
Yeah, without any issue. Usse
No,
karne-
it took him like 10 laps again.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Oh, achha, I didn't realize that.
But he
When
did it this time.
Oh, okay, that's good. I don't know what's up with that because
It's just sometimes you just find 2 drivers just
they're just stuck
every
together.
race they're just in the same position.
And I mean, Sonoda finished out of the points. So it's not like
Yeah.
he was in. Did he finish out of the points? Yes, he did. Because Pierre Gasly was the AlphaTauri. I love the radio from Fernando, by the way. When they were stuck on the DRS turn, did you guys hear it? You guys didn't hear it? Oh, because basically Fernando was like, "Who's in the AlphaTauri?" He's like, "Gasly," and he's just like, "Why doesn't he overtake him?"
I was thinking the same thing, just dude.
I was like, "Stroll ko overtake kar le yaar, please. You're making this so boring."
Like, jo baat hai, overtake him.
He pulled a Bottas when he was trying to overtake Stroll. It was literally like
It
reminded me of watching Bottas in a Mercedes, just not able to overtake another car with DRS.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he'd be like a second off. He'd be like 0.3.
No,
a
dude, he was
second.
rear
Yeah.
to front. That's exactly how it was going because it was 0.3 good difference.
Yeah.
He had DRS the entire time. He made moves on him.
Stroll made it hard for him also
I was gonna
with
say
the beeping and
Stroll-
everything.
No. Actually, after he got told off, he did actually did good defense
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
He did defend his
I
position pretty
texted
well.
you as well that
Yeah,
this is
like,
really good racecraft from Stroll.
Exactly. So like this was going well for him. But it was so funny when Alonso was just like, "Well, just overtake him, yeah, please." But Pierre, Mr. Consistent, the other one who's been consistent for about 2 years now.
I feel so sad because I took him out of my fantasy and I put Fernando.
Well, that didn't work out for you, did
Yeah, and I put Fernando. I lost points in Carlos, and I put another driver that I completely forgot.
This is what you get for making changes and not reminding everyone else that they have to make
Guys,
changes
come on!
before
It's
the
like
deadline.
you're supposed
ये
to
तुम-
know it if you're doing
ये
it.
तुम्हारी competitive nature है ना? You got screwed.
But don't worry, he had the least amount of points this weekend.
वही तो कहते हैं, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah, because
We did make changes. We still have more points.
I
than
got 202 points. You got 190 points. आपको 173 मिले. Sorry, यार. Thanks for all the 2 people joined actually our league as
Join
well.
our fantasy league, guys.
Yeah, the link's
Yeah.
below again. Join it. It's fun.
Screw these guys over.
If you're still watching the podcast, by
Yeah,
this point, that is-
people do, yeah. Don't be like that.
Yeah, please
But
watch it.
F1 Fantasy, that was fun. Next time, I'm gonna remind Zarar, so make sure we get it ahead of you again. But
Screw you guys.
it was a bit of an uneventful race in the end. I think ज़्यादा कुछ हुआ नहीं था besides Red Bull Gremlins, which is a major talking point, and the fact that Leclerc is in another league right now.
Yeah.
He's way ahead of the competition, and everyone, including Red Bull.
I feel like he's not in another league. It was just that the car was performing much better today. In Imola, if the cars are matched, we're going to see a much tighter battle. Like we saw in Saudi.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I
But
feel like a lot of people are going to discount Max Verstappen.
no, don't discount him.
Yeah.
Don't discount
Or
him.
think that or Charles is on another level because he's not. Max is a very special driver, and you cannot, if he has the car, even if his car is not as good as yours, he's gonna give you a run for your money.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
he very much reminds me of Alonso's early
Yeah,
years. When
yeah.
you give him a dog shit
Max is
car,
too
doesn't matter.
fast.
Doesn't matter. He'll be up there.
And it's not gonna be easy for Charles to win this championship.
I hope not, because I don't want him to run away with it. But as of right now, my
I
only.
don't mind.
I mean,
I want to see a fight,
I want
but
to
I
see.
don't mind if it happens.
I would love to
I'm
see
not
Mercedes
mad.
up there too. I don't mind that as well. I'd love to see McLaren get up there.
But I don't trust Ferrari. I do not trust Ferrari.
Is that engine legal? Tell me.
The engine is legal.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
Is the fuck.
अच्छा.
Sure.
It's legal, but Ferrari lost Seb Vettel 2 championships in a row because they couldn't
Develop the car after
they
summer
couldn't
season.
keep up with Mercedes and
Correct.
Red Bull for that matter.
Yeah, those
Both seasons.
points like
And-
Mexico. That point, where Red Bull were ahead of Ferrari at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Both seasons.
So if that's anything to go by, Charles is fucked.
I surely hope not, because Charles is.
I hope they've learned their lesson and they put their resources into this car, because this is, if they don't win it this year, I don't see
Then
You're gonna
it's
give
just
up
like,
as well.
I don't see them winning it after this either.
Well, I don't.
This is not a team that's really they
Yeah,
don't have a Vettel anymore who's gonna help you
Develop
know,
the car.
Develop the car. They don't have a Michael Schumacher anymore who's gonna help you.
I'd also
develop
give
the car.
Kimi props as well, because Kimi's always been
Yeah.
said that he's great at developing the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo said that about
Yeah.
it. Ferrari said
You have
about
two
it.
very young drivers right now.
Yeah, and one of them is not performing at its
Yeah.
best right now. The other is.
But Carlos has been known to really help develop the car. That's what he did when he went to McLaren
Yes.
in his two
Yeah.
three
2 years.
2 years
2
there.
years.
He
Yes.
moved right next to the factory.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he could spend the summer
Yeah.
working with the team to develop the car.
I mean, that's,
So you have someone, but you don't have a Michael Schumacher anymore. You don't have a Seb Vettel
You don't have the
anymore.
experience.
you don't have a
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher जो flight लेता था अगले दिन फिर FP1 करता था फिर flight लेता था फिर
Yeah, he
जाके
would go
testing
back.
करता था
Yeah.
फिर वापस FP3 के लिए आता था. That's the type of driver we're
Man
talking
would
about.
spend the winters just with the team.
Yeah.
Always testing the car. He would have his reserve driver with him also. Okay, beta, ab bhi aao. V
Gio-
is testing.
Giovinazzi को साथ ले जाना यार. It's easy. But I want to be a Ferrari fan again because those are good days, man. Those are very good days.
This is a good feeling.
It's a good feeling right now. I'm getting a good feeling. I'll bring my Ferrari teddy bear. I don't have a shirt. I got a Ferrari teddy bear.
I've predicted Charles Leclerc champion of the world. I really hope it comes.
Champion of the world. Damn.
World champion.
World champion. Champion of the world. Champion of the world sounds a bit more.
World champion of the world is the same thing.
It sounds
also,
a bit
I want
more.
to show off my Pirelli intermediate.
Yeah, guys, make better tires.
Stop making this shit. Focus on your tires.
Focus on the other rubber, man. But I want to talk about two things. One, we'll get to the point where we talk about predictions for Imola, then we'll end it there. But I also want to talk about, there's another US Grand Prix added to the
Las
calendar.
Vegas.
Why? Like, Vietnam dal dete yaar. I was still excited about that because you're in another
Vietnam
country.
to scrap it.
Bring
Scrap
Germany
country,
back.
Bring Germany back. Bring, I don't know,
Do
Argentina.
do a race in Africa.
Yes, please, South
Why
Africa.
do we have 3 races in the
So,
US?
I don't even know. I don't know what time it's going to be.
Liberty Media.
Because they have because after Imola, we're going to Miami, which is a new
Yeah.
track, which is being made specifically for
Yep.
F1. Then we're going to, at the end of the year, Austin, which is fine. I like
Yeah.
Austin Law. I think it's a
Yeah.
great track. You get good racing
Austin
there.
is nice.
But do we need Las Vegas? Another street circuit? Like, please, yeah, no.
Money.
Yeah, it's money, of course. That's
Money.
that's why we're in Saudi. I mean, we have two.
Yeah, that's why we're in these Arab countries.
We have four.
No one's
four.
interested in Formula One.
I mean, Bahrain, I'll give him.
In-
is good
in
track.
Qatar, Bahrain, and Saudi
Arabia
Arabia.
now.
Kitne fans honge?
I mean, Qatar mein to, I mean, paisa
They
hai.
get paid a lot by these countries.
Yeah.
To host these events,
Qatar
उनके लिए तो tourism है ना. These guys want. that
which has
from
helped
there.
them survive after COVID. So I'll give them that.
Yes, definitely. Because they went
Countries
to,
like
they went to
Bahrain
Qatar
and
last
Qatar
year
and Saudi Arabia.
for the
they
first
paid
time.
them a lot.
They're
of
not
money.
going this year to Qatar though. Qatar
Next
was,
year.
because of the World Cup.
Yeah, Qatar
So-
was a one-off last time.
Yeah.
This time will come back next year. But again, I don't want another US Grand Prix. Can we please go to another country? Just
I
go
don't even like the Las Vegas track, to be honest.
The fact that we don't have a race in Germany
is ridiculous.
is ridiculous.
How can you not have a
The
race?
home
of-
of more than 10 championships.
Forget
So
that.
many-
Home
so many
of
champion-
Mercedes.
The home of
Mercedes, yeah, like the most successful.
So
of
much
this
F1
era.
pedigree comes from Germany.
Yeah.
Nico Rosberg, Michael Schumacher,
Sebastian Vettel.
Sebastian
Vettel.
Vettel.
So many drivers have come out of this country, and you're not gonna. And Hockenheim is such a good track.
And we've always had a good race
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Rain happens.
Yes.
An ice
Rain
skating
happens.
ring shows up. I don't want another race, man, in the US, but I don't know. We'll see how Miami goes, because no one knows how that. It's the first time anyone's
Yeah.
going to race there. We'll see that. The one I do like that they put it back because it's a great legendary track, which was unfortunately the place of the death of Ayrton Senna. But we're going to Imola in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
What is
Very
our
excited.
predictions for that, boys? Because the Tifosi are there, and I want to become a fan again.
Ooh, this is going to be Leclerc, Verstappen.
They're pass aajo by the mic se.
Okay. Leclerc, Verstappen. Third, Carlos. Yeah.
Oh, are you still believing in Carlos?
Yeah.
Still go. Are you
think
believing in
he'll
Carlos?
bounce back.
Yeah, I think he'll get it.
Yeah.
You get it? So you're
He'll, he'll. I don't know if it's the next race, but I feel like Carlos is gonna. He's gonna come good.
Yeah.
He's gonna come for. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna say Verstappen for the win because last year he did pretty well there against Lewis. I think the car might be more suitable there. It's long straights. There's a lot of long straights there, by the way, and there's curves. And I think that Red Bull should be able to get something ahead of Ferrari this time. I'll give Leclerc P2.
Okay.
P3, I can wish I'll go for Mercedes again.
Whoa.
I think whenever I wish for it, it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
so, yeah, you wish for it. It's fine.
Actually, no. I'll wish for I don't know, Haas. Sure. Like let's go for Magnussen. Let's get Magnussen. Shumi actually finished in front of Magnussen, by the way.
Yeah,
Great
Yeah.
job qualifying.
I'm happy. It was a clean weekend for him.
Yeah. So
He had a couple of offs in the race, but
yeah,
overall good race pace and
better race.
Yeah.
He's gonna get there. Hopefully, I really hope so because we want that Shumi name back.
Another
but-
German driver.
Another German. Yeah, I mean, you have Mick Schumacher. You can definitely get fans in the stadium just to see him. People came to see Ricardo. He's not exactly in the top tier team right now.
yeah.
And when he passed by the checkered flag, people were cheering for him. Like people like him.
Yeah, the home.
home driver has a
always
huge
gets
effect. You have a race in Netherlands, so do one in Germany as well.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, Netherlands track kind of sucks for racing. We all know that.
Yeah.
It's not great for racing.
I also think Verstappen's gonna win.
You also think Verstappen? You
Yeah.
change it? You just said Leclerc.
I didn't
No, no,
give
I
a
said
prediction.
Oh,
He didn't
oh,
give it.
sorry.
You just completely ignored me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
That's why I was like, I also think.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you said
So-
Leclerc.
It's Max, Charles, and I'll give it to Sainz.
Sainz?
Yeah.
If I do a realistic P3, I'll give it to Paris. So I'll go Verstappen, Leclerc, Paris. I'm not sure.
I'm kind of confused between
Paris
Perez and
and
Sainz, but I
Sainz?
feel like Sainz might get it.
I mean, it's Italy. A Ferrari should win.
Yeah,
Like, I want Ferrari to win in Italy.
yeah, definitely the Tifosi will be there.
Yeah.
So we need-
Like
that'd
in both in Monza and Imola, like I don't care if any other race, these two races they need to win. Regardless.
I don't know, just because the straights and everything, I feel like
Yeah.
Red Bull might have a better car.
Technical standpoint.
yeah,
yes.
I'm thinking Red Bull are going to be a bit better there in terms of race.
But let's say maybe Ferrari thinks that we can develop the car and we should actually get on top of
You have
our
2 weeks.
straight
Yeah.
line speed.
And we have updates coming for other teams as well. McLaren and Mercedes said they're both going to have updates in
Yeah.
Imola, so that's going to be exciting.
So I
But
think it's gonna change things up a little bit. The updates next week.
definitely, and I sure hope it does. That's it. Any closing thoughts for the race?
A noose.
Okay race.
It was an okay race.
Yeah.
Well, how would you rate it out of 10?
I'd give it a 7.
7?
Six.
I give it a strong 6.
6.
A strong 6.
Yeah, that's why it's an okay race.
Yeah, I think it was
Give
okay. I
it
think
a generous 7.
yeah, I'd give qualifying an 8. Proper 8.
Yeah, I
A
was just
7.
gonna say that. Like
Yeah.
qualifying was better.
I give it
but-
a 7 solely based on the fact that it's been a while since we've been in Melbourne.
Yeah. You love Melbourne.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful track. It
Yeah.
did look nice to look at. I'll definitely give you that.
I really like,
The green grass.
No, just the shots of the cars. These cars just flying around Albert Park is just
That's
it's
true.
really beautiful. Thoughts for the race? Fuck Aston Martin.
Yeah. Amen.
Absolutely shambles of a team right now. Sebastian Vettel deserves better, and I hope they get their shit together very, very soon.
I hope McLaren keeps rising up. I don't want this to be a one-off thing. That's my wish for the next time around in Imola. And I think they will be able to do it. Imola treated them well last time as well. So let's hope for that as well.
I just want Red Bull to get over their reliability issues. Man.
That's good.
Or
I
not.
think those are 3 very good wishes to end off
Yeah.
Or
on.
dog.
I mean,
Or-
just to
No,
keep
yeah,
the
that's-
championship
we
alive.
need the championship
Like, yeah,
alive, man.
like,
But I think that's a great way to end it off. We've been up for a long time. So
And thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Charles, for making us believe again.
Yes, definitely.
Grazie.
Grazie ragazzi. This has been Lights Out. We'll see you next time in Imola. Like, subscribe, comment. Please do tell us what you like, what you didn't like.
Keep watching our podcast. please.
Give Anush a follow, give Zarar a follow, give On the Mic a follow, and we'll see you next time at Imola.